It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 259. A little sleepy today, but understandably so. My longtime radio partner, Blue Belly Tom Crawford, and he is the co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom on the Spotlight Radio Network, which you can hear jackandtom.com.
Let's go there, yep.
People coming up to you, to me, saying, oh, your radio show, hey, bigger and better than ever.
Bigger and better. And they say, I get it. They're all about it. So we're excited about that. This was a great weekend because it was the first full football weekend. Yeah. Friday night football is there Friday night, Saturday down in Ann Arbor, NFL today. Finally, football has arrived.
We always talk about We Are There Sports Radio. And Doug Warren, you're very involved with this, with the Spotlight Radio Network. But Friday night for you, Jimmy Keaton and I were elsewhere on Friday.
You were.
But Saturday, 5 representatives of Spotlight at the Michigan game and the Michigan State game.
Yep.
2 in Ann Arbor, 3 in Tempe. So
yeah, pretty
happy about that.
Yes.
Also want to welcome Jim Keaton Jr.
Thanks, Jack.
3 sports standout at Lansing Eastern. He is a Greater Lansing Sports Hall of Fame inductee, 2-sport letterman for the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Look at that beautiful hat.
Represent the night. Fear the fork, baby.
Talk about repping. Yeah. And what a way for Jim Keaton to celebrate his 56th birthday.
Wow. The
stroke of midnight, suddenly Arizona State gets hot. They decide, hey, we ought to score a few points.
They just wanted.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it. It's been a really good day.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and he's going to tell us exactly what happened in his mind. Also want to welcome Doug Warren. He is the sports director for the Spotlight Radio Network, Lions historian. He's been my producer of The Drive for 5.5 years, and you're headed to Ford Field tomorrow night.
Yeah, Sam Darnold making his debut with the Jets against the Lions at Ford Field. Should be a crazy night in Detroit as Justin Verlander is going to be across the street pitching for the Houston Astros. So
crazy.
Good luck finding a parking spot, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get to see this Lions team in actual real action and see if this defense looks as bad in the regular season as it has in the preseason.
See who has a better arm tomorrow, Justin Verlander, Matthew Stafford, or Sam Darnold?
A lot of good arms in Detroit tomorrow, yeah.
Lots to talk about, but mostly football and a lot of college football besides our Detroit Lions preview. We'll talk about the U.S. Open tennis and a lot of other things too. But we're going to start with our Going Green segment brought to you by Graff Chevrolet. We'll be right back with that and much, much more. It's Press Pass here on Fox 47.
Catch the savings at Capital Honda. New 2018 Honda Accord LX, just $249 a month. Or new 2018 Honda Civic LX, only $169 a month. During the Honda Summer Spectacular event at Capital Honda. Because you should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
No one wants to deal with plumbing problems. Whether it's drain cleaning, excavation, plumbing repair, or sewer hydrojetting, Aaron's Plumbing is the place to call. Check us out online at aaronsplumbing.com.
Since we expanded Medicaid in Michigan, 680,000 people can now afford to see a doctor when they need one. I'm Gretchen Whitmer. They're the reason I negotiated across party lines in the state Senate and got it done. Now, Bill Schuette says he would get rid of Medicaid expansion, taking that coverage away. That's the difference. I think it's time to make healthcare more affordable for everyone.
For over a year, millions of fans have missed the laughs. Friday, September 28th, Tim Allen is back and on Fox.
Am I wrong, or is it like way better on this network?
New home. Yay! New episodes.
You honestly respect my opinion? Not even a little.
Same attitude.
She's being a right-wing idiot. She's being a left-wing idiot.
That's actually redundant.
Last Man Standing, all new season, Friday, September 28th on Fox.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's motor coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for a Going Green segment. Brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 104 years in automotive business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf. Jim Keaton, it was a game that I have to say Arizona State deserved to win. Had 380 passing yards, 5 fewer penalties than Michigan State, and the last 3 scores of the game. But what can you say about Michigan State when a lot of fans back here were in mid-meltdown in the fourth quarter?
I think, Jack, fans have become so spoiled with winning. I grew up here and went to a lot of Michigan State games. When we had 6 wins in the season, it was a real good season.
Yeah.
And I think that, the basketball program suffers from this, the football program suffers from this. And it's a good thing to suffer.
Yeah.
But to the casual eye or the person who only looks at did we win or did we lose, it's tough to hear some of the comments that are made because they're not involved in the day-to-day intricacies of what's going on.
Right.
They don't know why a particular play didn't happen or did happen, and then they spew their knowledge or lack of knowledge about a
Right.
situation, and it's unfortunate. But I think the bottom line is they're spoiled. We have been pretty good around here, as Tom would attest to, for the last 7 or 8 years. And
well, Tom, you know this as well as anyone. People tend to make hard and fast conclusions after limited exposure.
Yeah.
And things change. Michigan State lost a game in September in 2013, wound up as the number 3 team in the country.
Yep.
Lost a game last year at home by 20 points in September. Worked out all right.
You pick on the OC. The Dave Waters get picked on. That's kind of chic. Now they're picking on Mark Staten.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy says, these people don't know. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, to be honest with you. I mean, granted, I thought Michigan State was going to win the game. I was wrong about that, but you got to have a running game, and that's what they need to work on before their next. They got 2 weeks to work on that. Get that back.
Doug, I said Arizona State would score 16 points. I thought Michigan State would manage a way to get another touchdown.
Yeah.
But once again, in the red zone, 4 trips there, they get 1 touchdown, settle for 2 field goals, have a turnover, and could not run the ball when they wanted to run the ball.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to manufacture that run game. I'd like to see him run more option. Lewerke has a knack for that. The play that they had where it was old school Nebraska style. He was past the line of scrimmage and still pitched the ball. I mean, they need to do that kind of stuff because they don't have the manpower up front against these big offensive linemen like Arizona State had, like Utah State had, with those multiple fronts to dominate. Kevin Jarvis is the one guy I think is going to play on Sunday. The other guys, aside from Cole Chewins, who's still injured, it's all in flux. So you got to manufacture a run game with the option, leave a guy on block, and try to do it that way. Because when they do it, it is successful. I wish they'd do it more.
All the Spartans played on Sunday this weekend, but it was for like an hour and 45 minutes on Sunday, so that doesn't count. Jim, it was 3-0 at halftime, but it wasn't that the teams weren't moving the ball. They just weren't doing anything to get on the scoreboard.
Right. No one capitalized on finishing a drive. Both teams had 8, 9, 10 play drives in that first half, but either turned it over, just didn't finish the drive. It had a couple penalties, brought them back. Instead of being able to kick a field goal, now you're punting. And it's just one of those things that when you're in the game, you have certain opportunities. There's so many opportunities per game, and you got to capitalize on them. Because if you don't get them back. They don't repeat themselves again.
Right.
You get that perfect defense for the perfect play,
yeah,
and you call it, and you overthrow your wide out for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Just can't have that.
Tom, we talked last week about Michigan being 9-9 at a certain period of time. Michigan State now, if you go back and count all of 2016, is 14-14 in the last 28 games.
You can play the metrics any way you want them.
11-4 if you start with the start of the 17 season. But Michigan State plays so many close games, and D'Antonio has a way of winning most of them. But he didn't win last year at Northwestern, and this was one that got away. I guess if you just keep playing these games, eventually you're going to get burned.
Well, you can't leave points on the board. I mean, they left points out there. I mean, the Matt Dodson, when he didn't make that grab, you know, that hurt. I mean, and I'll go back to what Doug was saying. You got to have a running game in the red zone because you don't stress that defense enough because that end zone's really tight back there. So that's when stuff like that happens. But they got to, like I said, they got to get that fixed, cleaned up, and it's good they have a bye week. The fans will hate it because they get the sour taste, but it's good to have a bye week, I think, for Michigan State.
And I think that was a pretty decent Arizona State team.
We'll see how they could be really good. They look good.
San Diego State this week.
And then we go to UW.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, fans are going to find out that this loss actually may prove to be able to help the Spartans along the way because Arizona State's going to continue to win. And they're going to play quality competition the rest of the year.
They won't find a better receiver to go than N'Keal Harry, man. That's an NFL dude right there.
Yeah. Michigan State, still nothing out of the tight end. 2 games, haven't seen him catch a pass. We'll be right back with more. We're going to talk about the University of Michigan, a big win in Ann Arbor, coming up next on Press Pass.
Chris, this is like some of the cars the Graff family has sold over the last 104 years.
Yeah, no power steering, no radio, no GPS, no OnStar. Boy, a lot's changed.
Yeah, and for the good. But some things haven't changed.
Like making friends and saving people a lot of money.
Drive away a 2018 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 as low as $148 a month, or get a 2018 Malibu LT as low as $106 a month.
It's our annual anniversary sale, and you're getting the presents.
During our Graff anniversary sale going on now at every Graff dealership.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Get it while it's hot. Ow! An all-new MasterChef, Wednesday on Fox.
Fall is here, and at American Metal Roofs, our schedule's getting tight. To get your new roof before winter, you must order now. This month, you'll save up to $7,500. Call 844-METAL-ROOFs today and visit
AmericanMetalRoofs.com. We're clearing out the remaining 28 teams at Team 1 in Charlotte, and we're slashing prices up to 25% to do it. You heard right. Save up to 25% off a new car at Team 1. You've never seen savings like this before. You may never see them again. Up to 25% off a new car.
Catch all the games at City Limits in Mason or East Lansing. Fill up on your favorite food and enjoy our Michigan-made beers on tap.
There ain't no limits to the city you're in when you come to City Limits.
PFCU is more than a financial institution. We are a proud community partner. Our support includes awarding scholarships, providing education on financial literacy, and sponsoring local events in the communities we serve.
I thought they played really good. Tip of the cap anytime the running game goes over 300 yards. Pass protection was really good. Thought they were sound, really making the right calls, getting on the right people.
Our O-line played a heck of a game. I don't think I've ever seen holes open up that wide.
and just the way he ran the ball opened up so much in our passing game. Got the safeties to come down and play in the box, and expect run. We hit him over the top. So what he did today, and Chris Evans, just really opened up the passing game for us.
That is Michigan head football coach Jim Harbaugh, and then quarterback Shea Patterson sitting next to Karan Higdon, who had a terrific day. Tom Crawford, aside from a different opponent, what was the difference for the University of Michigan from the loss at Notre Dame 8 days ago to the bludgeoning of the Broncos in Ann Arbor?
Well, you still got to pull the opponent back in because this is Western Michigan. I mean, the discrepancy in athleticism between Western Michigan and Michigan was glaring. I mean, that's job one right there as far as analyzing things. Yeah, it was a good opponent for them. They got the 300 yards. Karan had 156 yards rushing. That's all cool. But there's no measuring stick out of a game like this. There will not be a measuring stick next week when they play SMU. That's the problem. But they needed a game like this. They need to get their confidence back. But I do know this on a takeaway basis, as we see Karan on that run, is that Shea Patterson has a very accurate arm, as he did last week, particularly on the run. He can make the throws. And I think that's what the biggest takeaway from me was that Shea he's going to be a good quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines this year.
Jim Keaton, besides the 3 touchdown passes for Shea Patterson, the Wolverines averaged 8.8 yards per carry. How much can a beleaguered offensive line improve in 1 week?
Jack, I think that between the first and the second week, naturally all teams get better because that first week that you come out, you're really amped up. It's your first chance at hitting someone other than your own teammates. Yeah. And again, depending on the competition.
Offensive line didn't get any better in week 2.
Well, I think
maybe it did.
The competition level maybe switched. Yeah. As Michigan,
that's
Michigan
exactly
had,
what happened. They flip-flopped the level of competition.
And when I look at both offensive lines, quite frankly, we call it the band of the hand approach. While it is a group of 5 guys working together, if you have 5 guys that are playing like this, they can stay in front of people. But if you get 5 guys coming together and hitting somebody like this,
fingers to fist,
that's the band of the hand approach we call. And as a result of that, each guy has to hold the other guy accountable. You got to be able to get in somebody's face and say, look, it's 3rd down and a yard. You can't get blown up into the quarterback's lap.
Right.
Saw some of that last night
at the center.
And that's the situation. Is as a lineman, it has to become a personal challenge. It can't be we're a group. We're a group, but we have individual pieces where you have to hold yourself accountable, be able to know the situation and do the job. Certain things that just can't happen. And I think both Michigan last week, Michigan State this week allowed some of those things to happen that just can't based on situational football.
Doug Warren, you watch a ton of football on the weekends. What impressed you about the Wolverines?
Well, it was old school. They went back to power football. And again, as Tom said, though, will they be able to do this against Northwestern and Nebraska in a couple of weeks? Those will be the litmus tests to see exactly where this team is when they get into Big Ten play.
Let's take a look at the Michigan schedule for 1 second if we can here. And with the way Nebraska lost to Colorado in Lincoln and Northwestern fell at home to Duke, is there any reason the Wolverines shouldn't be 5-1 when Wisconsin rolls in on October 13th?
Well, Nebraska scored 28 points yesterday in that loss, and Colorado is a Big 12 or a Pac-12 team now. Yeah. So again, that's all relative. I think Southern Methodist is a win. Southern Methodist stinks, but they always have trouble. Everybody has trouble going to Northwestern to play against Pat Fitzgerald's team. Give them a couple more weeks to get prepared. Those are the 2 games, the 22nd and the 29th. That'll tell you. And then Maryland looks a lot better than people thought they would be too. So those 3 games.
No measuring stick until Wisconsin.
And I think that rain out a week ago really hurt Nebraska. That was their debut.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with a big picture up next on Press Pass.
With a certificate from MSU Federal Credit Union, your financial goals will be within your reach. You can open your certificate with as little as $50. MSU Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
How do you show up? Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Focus.
Third row like a pro. GM employee program participants with a current GM lease. Use your Labor Day lease cash to get this low mileage lease on this GMC Acadia SLE1 for $199 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Where's the most affordable insurance rates in Lansing? Stop One Insurance Agency. Why? Because we get creative about saving you money. Auto, motorcycle, RV, home, renters, you name it. Doesn't matter who you are, you're approved. Call Stop One Insurance today.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
So you wanna start a war?
I'm tired of people taking things from us. So that's it. Empire's off.
So you wanna be a war?
I want to take back what's ours. Empire, September 26th on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug and I were last month for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride. The Eastern Michigan Eagles in position to beat another Big Ten team, and they get it done. Freshman Chad Ryland, 24-yard field goal does it. 2019 win for EMU. Spectacular. Doug, hats off to the Eagles and Coach Chris Creighton and his staff, but what was Purdue coach Jeff Brom thinking? They score to go ahead. They're up 18-17, and they decide to kick the point to go up by 2 with 6:41 to go, not realizing that you don't get too many safeties in college.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either. I mean, especially with Brom, who's an offensive coach, you think you'd have a 2-point play or 10 in your playbook, but they didn't do that. The amazing thing was that Purdue only had 135 yards passing for the game. They ran for 341, and it was kind of flip-flopped with Eastern. 69 yards rushing for the Eagles, but 347 passing. So it was kind of flipped there, and it was just, I don't know. It was one of those games. Eastern's a team that last year they lost a ton of close games.
A lot.
Down at Kentucky, they almost beat them in Lexington. They got a couple NFL guys on that defense, and they're a team that is on the rise. Somebody joked yesterday they're making a bid to join the Big Ten now that they're 2-0, but obviously that's
Tom, you remember the days, and there were many of them, when Eastern couldn't win an inter-squad game.
Oh, there were all the rumors. Oh, they're gonna go FBS or FCS. They're gonna diminish them, maybe D2. You know.
Get rid of the program.
Drop the program. And Chris Creighton, he's been on our show a couple times, man. This guy is our friend Herb Haygood's on that staff. Yeah. I mean, they are just going crazy down there in Ypsilanti. It's awesome.
And Jimmy, where Western laid an egg, Central had a chance, didn't get it done.
No, they played terrible
Eastern
at Kansas.
The pride of the MAC.
The pride of the MAC.
That's right, yeah.
Carry the mantle,
Times
boys.
have changed.
Tom, Clemson survived a scare at Kyle Field, a place you've been.
Yeah.
And needed a failed 2-point try to defeat Texas A&M. Here you see the play, and a lot of pressure. Clemson's really good at that.
But there was a missed opportunity. I mean, A&M fumbled out of the end zone on the possession prior. I mean, so they left a lot of points on the field. That is a nut place to play as an opposition. I mean, it's just like a big tennis court with 100,000 fans around a tennis court. They are on top of you, and so that's a good win for Clemson. Just survive.
So how good are the Clemson Tigers? And if they're not good enough to beat Alabama, who is?
I don't know, Jack. No, I know Alabama's playing. Haven't been playing that much tough competition. Well, the Louisville win was. I can't forget who they beat up on yesterday, but. You're right. I mean, Clemson's that team, I guess, and Clemson lost to Syracuse last year. So I mean, it's like and they'll be good. Their front four is really, really good, scary good. But they had some lapses that really surprised me against A&M.
Yeah, they lost to Pittsburgh 2 years ago as well.
That's true.
So I mean, they have one of those kind of games in it. But I think Texas A&M's a lot better spot with their coaching staff. You say teams who can beat Alabama. I think Georgia can beat them, and I think Auburn can beat them. Those two teams are tremendous right now, and they've both been playing really well this season. So I don't think it's much different than last year. And again, those teams are rivalry. They'll be rivalry games. So whenever they happen to meet, whether it's in the regular season or in Atlanta in the SEC title, Alabama's not going to run away with this thing. It's just too early right now to tell.
Let's talk about another team that has beaten Alabama in the college football playoff. Ohio State, Jim, the offense settled for 52 points against Rutgers, and that's 25 fewer than they put up against Oregon State. I don't know what kind of a head coach Ryan Day is going to be next year or the year after, or whenever he finally moves on from Columbus. But he seems to have a pretty good idea how to put points on the board.
Yeah, Jack, no disrespect to Coach Day, but I know that when you're drawing up X's and O's and you have his Jimmys and Joes, I think I could be a good coach at Ohio State. It comes back to the personnel. When you look at them and you watch Georgia and you watch Clemson and you watch these, you're looking at guys that are going to play on Sunday. You're walking, you look at, Tom and I were talking about N'Keal Harry at ASU. He's a stud.
It jumps off the screen at you.
Yeah, it really does. You can tell there's a difference between that athlete that is at Clemson or Alabama, and then that one that's at Savannah State and
Ohio State is really good at putting a foot on the throat.
Oh man!
And OSU and Wisconsin, Tom, the difference between them over the last 20 years is the offensive line moves the line of scrimmage. They get their mail 2 yards upfield.
I'll tell you what, Jack, Wisconsin does not have. I saw a lot of their game up in the press on my computer. They don't have the speed Ohio State. There's a huge disparity between those two programs. I'm going to tell you that right now.
No, they've never had the speed, but they got Jonathan Taylor and they got a few other ways.
And you don't need speed when you got guys that are laying on you consistently for
We'll be right back with our Law of the Jungle segment next.
Chris, this is like some of the cars the Graff family has sold over the last 104 years.
Yeah, no power steering, no radio, no GPS, no OnStar. Boy, a lot's changed.
Yeah, and for the good. But some things haven't changed.
Like making friends and saving people a lot of money.
Drive away a 2018 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 as low as $148 a month. Or get a new Equinox LT starting at just $109 a month.
It's our annual anniversary sale, and you're getting the presents.
During our Graff anniversary sale going on now at every Graff dealership.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Falcons.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Fridays this fall, hang with the cool kids on Fox.
The calendar is turned
on the new model year at Shaheen Chevrolet. The 2019s are in, and we have to make room for them. It's the model year-end closeout sale going on now at Shaheen. Hundreds of 2018s must be cleared. The 2018 Impala, Equinox, Cruise, Malibu, Silverado, all award-winning, all brand new, and all priced to go. All from Mid-Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, Shaheen Chevrolet, where you always get the best price on a new Chevrolet, guaranteed or it's free.
Welcome to this Wildwood Lodge. Beautiful modern furniture and this spacious front living two-side out. With all of the modern amenities that you would expect, including a double basin sink, a full-size fridge, beautiful bathroom with a full shower. Where is Larry? Why is he so hard to find?
Let Larry find a great deal for you at Larry's RV in Jackson.
Larry, are you out there?
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment. Brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. Oh, Woody's items are now available at Tom's Foods and other local grocers.
I mean, I think I learn stuff about this team every single day, which is good. And I would say we learn a lot through the preseason. You learn a lot this week too, as you kind of narrow everything down. And obviously you're working with real specific players in certain situations. And you see what they can handle and what they can't and what's a good amount to be able to kind of load them up as you go through the week with the amount of practice reps that we have now, which is a little bit different, again, than training camp. There's certain amount of reps that we put each group through to prepare. So you're trying to get that perfect balance of what is the right amount of repetition and what is the right amount of information that they can handle to go out and execute. And unfortunately, I don't have a good, our first game will be our best analysis of that, and then we'll have to improve on that as we go. So that's a big part of it.
That is not our good friend Charlie Semmerly, although it looks just like him.
Right?
Yeah. That is Matt Patricia getting ready for his NFL regular season debut tomorrow night against the New York Jets. Long term, Doug Warren, I get it. Mm-hmm. Short term, convince me that Patricia can be a better answer for the Lions than Jim Caldwell was, who went 9-7 last year and had 3 winning seasons in 4 years.
Can't convince you that it's going to be better short term. I think this year they might be 7-9. That's what I said this week on my show, Lions Today. Long term, we got to wait and see. But short term, I think there's going to be some growing pains. People forget Caldwell was 36-28 in 4 years. 9-7. Okay, but you didn't win a playoff game. Expectations are higher now here. So Patricia goes 7-9 this year. People are going to be very upset. If they lose tomorrow night, they're going to be very upset. But I think this is a process, and that they do have their franchise quarterback, and they're going to try to build it in a 4 or 5 year window and get this team competitive. The problem is the rest of the NFC is as tough as it's been, and seeing the Vikings today with Kirk Cousins,
right.
They got an uphill battle. There's no question about it.
We Are There Sports Radio. We're going to have Lions Today tomorrow.
That's right.
Before you head down to Ford Field, right?
Yep. I'll be down there to see the game. And Sam Darnold makes his debut, the youngest starting quarterback in NFL history after tomorrow night. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame's already requested his jersey to be sent to them after the game. So Darnold wins or loses, that thing's going to end up in Canton. So, look, it's
presumptuous.
Yeah, it is. But the Lions. Can they block anybody? It's the same situation as with Michigan State. Are they going to be able to run the ball? They've had 7 100-yard rushers in Matt Stafford's career.
Yeah.
And they haven't had any since Reggie Bush. They got to fix those problems. Until they do, 7-9, 9-7, it's going to be right in that ballpark.
Tom Crawford, the first Monday night football matchup, and we have another doubleheader tomorrow night.
Yeah, the 7 o'clock one.
Always draws great ratings, but how much brighter will the spotlight be with a New York team, the Jets instead of the Giants, but Sam Darnold in the spotlight?
Well, it's huge, and it's a huge opportunity for the Lions. All eyes are on the Lions because all eyes are on Sam Darnold. So I think this is. I think they really got to win. I think this is a must-win. I hate that term, but they got the Niners and the Patriots games 2 and 3. So if you don't, this is a beatable team, and you got a rookie quarterback. So they definitely need to do that. And if they do win this game on Monday night, I think they're going to create a lot of momentum. Their fans will engage. It's fun. My God, this is what you want. So I think it's a perfect setup for a game one for the Lions.
Jim Keaton Jr., you have worn 2 NFL uniforms. I'm not talking about becoming Patriots West immediately, but what do the Lions have to do to be a contender in the NFC North?
Jack, it comes down to a couple things. Turnovers.
Yeah.
Can't turn the ball over. Special teams have to be effective and not allow anybody to flip the field. You want to make sure that special teams are in order. But the offensive line, as Doug said, they have to be able to move the ball and keep the defense off the field. So many times in the last, 50 years,
61, let's say, have won a championship.
Way further
and counting.
Our defense is on the field so much that eventually big plays happen because you're out there exposing yourself to them too much. So we got to play really good, just sound fundamental defense. Don't turn the ball over and play great special teams. I think if we can do that, I think they have an opportunity to be pretty good. I know that the preseason didn't go as well as we would have liked, but I think they have a chance to be good.
That's one of my many concerns. We talk about turnovers. Yeah, I don't like the offensive line, what they showed in the preseason. No tight end, no pass rush. But the ability last year, Doug, for this team to be 3rd in the NFL in takeaways.
Yeah, they were very good.
And now you've got Paul Pasqualoni in there, and I'm not sure that's going to happen. If that happens,
it doesn't usually happen. Teams don't usually make a habit of that from season to season. It's usually like a roller coaster. One year they're really good at it, next year average or below average. And so they got to rush the passer, and they got to control the line of scrimmage.
We'll be back with Paving the Way, brought to you by McKerney Asphalt, up next.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners insurance agents.
Got a car to sell? The Team 1 Buying Center will buy it. All makes, all models, no hassle. Come in with your title, walk out with cash. The Team 1 Buying Center. We pay more. We pay now. We pay cash. The easiest and most profitable way to sell your car. And don't worry, we'll even give you a ride home. Team 1!
2018 marks the 25th anniversary of the 5th Third Capital City River Run. Family-friendly races that celebrate and build awareness of and financially support Greater Lansing organizations that promote education and the desire to learn healthy lifestyles. To participate in the Capital City River Run, visit playmakersfitfoundation.org.
Foster Swift is proud to support our community.
The Resident season premiere Monday, September 24th on Fox.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell.
Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Paving the Way segment, brought to you by McKerney Asphalt, your smart choice for all commercial and residential paving. Give Team McKerney a call at 484-3188, as I just did, and give your property a great new look. If not, it's no one's fault but your own.
This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems.
coaching. I didn't get coaching. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat. I didn't get coaching. How can you say that? You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her, and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology. You will never do it anymore. You will never, ever, ever be on another court of mine as long as you live. When are you going to give me my apology? How dare you insinuate that I was cheating?
Clear violation, verbal abuse, giving penalty, Mrs. Williams.
Wow. That was an outburst and a penalty from Serena Williams.
She wanted an apology. What can we say?
We apologize to you, Serena. She has 23 Grand Slam singles titles, 3 more than
amazing.
Roger Federer. Jim, last night after the game we were sitting there and you had a theory as to why she let loose on this chair umpire besides her intense dislike of defeat.
Yeah, I think that even when I watched it, Jack, I have this aristocratic look at this umpire, or not the umpire, but the chair.
Yeah,
official.
And he had this very arrogant, pompous demeanor towards Serena, and I've been in Serena's shoes in some instances like that, where when people think that they're better than you are and they start to project a certain image, then you need to let them know that you're not going to allow that to happen.
You never told a home plate umpire or a referee in football they were never going to work another one of your games, though, right?
Yeah, Jack, I said I never was in a position of clout like Serena is.
Yeah.
But there are times where you make comments to individuals to let them know that while they may be in a position of strength at that time, there are other times of the day where they might not be. And I think that Serena was just getting, and the real point that I think that she was really trying to make, and afterwards she talked about this when she was talking in the press conference. She told him, "You would never do this to a man."
Yeah, if she played the sexist card.
You know, I don't even know it was a sexist card, Tom, but I have heard and seen many male tennis players use vernacular that is much stronger than she used.
And she thought she should be entitled to use the same language.
Why should I be able
John
to?
McEnroe can do it. Why can't I do it? Right?
All right, that was it. That's the bottom line.
No one is talking about Naomi Osaka, who was
even the storyline,
right?
This is great TV.
Completely obliterated by this. Doug, with another Grand Slam final appearance for Serena, how does she stack up now? What does this do for her as being the greatest female athlete, not just female tennis player of all time?
I think there's without question she is, and she's still winning at her age, and she's going to keep winning probably for at least a couple more years. Yesterday, for many reasons, she was challenged by this 20-year-old, and she showed great class too afterward in the award ceremony and handling that. But I don't think there's any question she's the greatest female athlete of all time.
And the men's U.S. Open final today, Novak Djokovic with the straight sets win over Juan Martín del Potro. What does that do for his legacy compared to Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal? It's 20 Grand Slams for Federer, 17 for Nadal, 14 for Djokovic, and he's going to be around a little bit longer.
Yeah, Djokovic with 14 is tied with Pete Sampras. So those are the top 4 guys with the Grand Slam titles in history. Djokovic is a guy, I've liked him for a long time. He's every bit as good as as Federer and Nadal, and he's just kind of forgotten about because he's in the same era as them. It's unfortunate tennis doesn't get as much attention as it used to 20, 25, 30 years ago because these guys right now are playing as good as anybody in history, and they're a lot of fun to watch when you get a chance
to check them out. As soon as Graham Couch got off the tour, they said no more interest in this. Tom, you play a little bit of knock-around tennis after dinner with Tina, right? I mean, you go and bat the ball over them.
Homestead Acres, Florida, caliber.
How long would you have to stand in there with first serves from Serena Williams before you could get a return for a winner if you knew you had $1 million at stake?
Well, I'd probably give it. I mean, this radar gun's out at 115 miles an hour. I don't know if I'd have the guts to stand in there on it. And I commend her. I mean, she's a tremendous athlete. You know, she's been #1 singles for half of the last 16 years. So that was good TV. That was reality TV. Excellent. That's good for the radio.
Hard to get a service return winner against her. We'll be right back.
If you're not well, but it's not an emergency, choose Sparrow Fast Care for things like infections, the flu, allergies, even the common cold.
But if you need x-rays, stitches, or to mend some broken bones, then choose Sparrow Urgent Care.
From Lansing, DeWitt to Okemos
to East Lansing, Mason, and Grand Ledge, and now open on Michigan Avenue in Lansing.
Walk in or check in online at sparrowcares.org. Sparrow Fast Care
and Sparrow Urgent Care.
Healthcare at the speed of life.
PFCU is more than a financial institution. We are a proud community partner. Our support includes awarding scholarships, providing education on financial literacy, and sponsoring local events in the communities we serve.
Get in the game during the Honda Summer Spectacular event because you should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
Say yes to kids by donating to the Teddy Bear Posse.
Drop off your donation at our station on West St. Joseph Street.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Chris, this is like some of the cars the Graff family has sold over the last 104 years.
Yeah, no power steering, no radio, no GPS, no OnStar. Boy, a lot's changed.
Yeah, and for the good. But some things haven't changed.
Like making friends and saving people a lot of money.
Drive away a 2018 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 as low as $148 a month, or get a 2018 Malibu LT as low as $106 a month.
It's our annual anniversary sale, and you're getting the presents.
During our Graff anniversary sale going on now at every Graff dealership.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango, and Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Hold on to your hats.
There's a whole bunch of trouble going on over here.
Summer's hit $1 Million Music Showdown is a hoot and a holler.
Let's see if they can lasso this cash.
All new Beat Shazam, Tuesday on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years. With 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. Here you see the Ohio State Buckeyes, and I've seen this act before. That's another touchdown pass, and they don't miss a beat. We got, looks like, that's Campbell going in. We saw him in Chicago, Tom.
Yeah.
And they get you any way you want. Doesn't matter, just slice and dice here. But as you say, the opponent has a lot to do with this. So does the Ohio State skill set. There's McLaurin with the touchdown. He's been phenomenal.
Well, I saw TCU the other night. I don't think TCU is going to compete with them more than a half. I watched them against SMU. Not impressed.
Yeah.
It does appear they've got a significant upgrade at quarterback, too.
Yeah. You like that. This guy can run, he can throw, can do just about anything you would want. All right, Team 259. Time for our locks of the week. And Tom Crawford, what can we bank on with the Michigan Wolverines next Saturday when they host SMU? That is an 0-2 team that lost to North Texas by 23 at home. Before they lost, or on the road, before they lost at home to TCU by 30.
But they were behind 9-0 to SMU, and they were only up 2 at halftime. But, this is not, SMU is a spread team, not very good, so I watched them. I'm going to guarantee you that Michigan's going to get 250 on the ground again, because just there's no way they're going to stop that running attack. Michigan is really, really good at running the football against bad football teams. They got that down to a science. Yeah. The big question for them is, can they parlay that into against good teams, and we're not going to know that until Wisconsin.
Somebody said to me, Doug, hey, that's the Pony Express. I said, nope, this is the Puny Express. It's coming in next week. Yeah.
Big time.
Jim Keaton, from what you saw of the Spartans last night and understanding the advantages of a timely bye week, what's your lock of what that will mean when Michigan State heads to Indiana in 13 days?
Jack, I'm going to let you know that the offensive line is going to be challenged by Coach Staten, and they're going to come out and be much more effective running the football. It's a staple for them. They'll get back to the basics. They'll get back to work. And I think more than anything, young men are going to be challenged to find out whether or not they think they can play in the Big Ten or if they need to go back to maybe somewhere in the MAC.
They might get a little healthier too, Doug. Cole Chewins played one play last night.
Yeah.
L.J. Scott, one play into the second half, and he left. So good time that way for a bye week.
Yeah, no question about it. And they got some work to do, but again, they've been there before, and you know, they're going to win more games than they lose for sure with this program.
All right, what can we take to the bank, Doug Warren, about the Lions opener at Ford Field? And do you think Detroit fans care more about Justin Verlander's return than they do about a couple of other throwers, Matt Stafford and Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I don't know if they care more, but there's certainly a lot of people who'd be interested to welcome him back to town. You know, they wish he was still here, but he's not. They're happy that he was able to go to the Astros and win a championship. But with the Lions, I think they're going to win 27-17, and while they won't have a 100-yard rusher individually, I think they're going to crack the 100-yard mark tomorrow as a team. So, baby steps.
I've been pretty impressed with Kerryon Johnson. I think that he's going to be a good back long term.
I think so too.
Maybe not as flashy as Saquon Barkley was today.
No.
First Giants rookie to have more than 100 yards rushing in the first game. He got to go way back.
Didn't look like he had much hamstring trouble today.
No, he didn't.
We'll be right back with our Cool and Smooth segment brought to you by Culver's. Our weekly awards up next on Press Pass.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Working with the IDE company, 1, is very easy to do. 2, they're very responsive to our needs. And 3, as we've grown as a company, they've listened to those needs and they've helped us plan out our future in terms of growth that needs to be done at this location.
It's just comforting to know I'm working with the IDE company, knowing that they can accommodate our growth. In that way, they're an excellent partner.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the IDE company family.
The most feared army of all time never lost. They just waited 2,000 years for the perfect time to come back. They fight different now, but you still can't get through their walls, and their weapons have changed. But if you ask for them, they'll still tell you the same thing. Malone La Bay, come and take them.
You've heard the term Pick 6. It can mean different things, but the Shaheen Pick 6 means one thing, saving money on a new car. Because at Shaheen Chevrolet, the Pick 6 means we have 6 models all under $200 a month. That's right, 6 top Chevy models all under $200 a month. The Cruze, Trax, Malibu, Colorado, even the Silverado and Equinox, all priced under $200 a month. Only from Mid-Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, Shaheen Chevrolet, where you always get the best price on a new Chevy, guaranteed or it's free.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for a Cool and Smooth segment brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Here you see Nebraska and Colorado, and looks like this game is over, but apparently not. You're going to get a penalty, and you're going to get a reprieve, and another chance, and a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a bad inning.
Not exactly the way.
Nebraska's down to a
Scott Frost era.
He's on a walk-on quarterback right now. There's big trouble in Lincoln right now, but this is year one, so.
All right, Team 259. Who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Jim Keaton Jr., let's start with you and our play of the week.
Jack, I'm going to go back to Thursday night for my play of the week.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Nike and their commercial of Just Do It. And Nike wants to be on the right side of history in this, and they're betting the farm that that's the case.
Okay.
And I think that play is my play of the week.
I'm into that. I second that. That was good. It's a good commercial.
Okay. Doug Warren, you're not going to argue with that, right?
No, not at all. Good choice.
I think we're all in.
You know, I thought maybe you'd come up with something, Nikhil, Harry's
I thought it was
something like that.
Sundown related. Come on, Jimmy.
There's some things that I just expect.
Wow.
Your sphere is much wider than ASU football.
You could look at Raekwon Williams on that failed scoop and score.
Oh, yeah.
What a difference that made.
Oh, that
would have ended the game.
No kid.
But Mark D'Antonio told me after the game last night that they want him to do that. I said, fall on the ball? No, they want him to try to do that. There was a time with Shalik Calhoun where that was their best offense.
Yeah.
All right. Doug Warren, what about our game of the week?
Game of the week today, the NFL kicked off Tampa Bay 48, New Orleans 40. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 35-year-old journeyman, looks like Yukon Cornelius from a Rudolph TV show or the Christmas classic. He passes for 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, runs for another touchdown. The teams combined for 88 points, which is the most in a regular season opener in history, and the most since Eagles' 45-42 victory over Washington way back in 1947. So that's my game of the week.
Very good. While we're talking about the Eagles, another shout out to the Eastern Michigan Eagles.
Absolutely.
We're getting that done, going on the road. It's pretty impressive stuff. Tom Crawford, our team of the week is?
Oh, I think you're setting me up for the team of the week. But I'm going to give you an honorable mention first.
Okay.
The Kansas Jayhawks finally won a road game for the first time in 46 tries. Think about that metric. That's a bad football program. They beat CM. My daughter was at the game up in Mount Pleasant, so too bad, 31-10. But hey, congrats, Jayhawks. But got to go to Chris Creighton's Eagles. I still call them the Hurons. That's a big win. 2 wins over Big Ten teams back-to-back years, beating Purdue down at Ross-A. That was huge.
Yeah, spectacular stuff. All right. For our player of the week or players of the week, I guessed 13,000 Michigan State fans in Sun Devil Stadium. Jimmy, you said you thought maybe 14.
About 14.
14,000.
How do you know between 13 and 14,000?
Just by the sections.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. We were trying to figure that out last night because if you take that all ASU end zone of students out, and they had that thing jammed, and I thought it was a little bit more than 1 out of 3 of the rest of the people.
It showed well on TV, trust me.
Yeah. They had the blackout. Michigan State came up with a whiteout. But for fans who make those kinds of road trips, they're not the fans who want to fire the coordinator every time that there's an incomplete pass. These are the fans who show the difference between what college football is and what pro football will never be. And Tom, you've seen it with Michigan fans on the road. These Michigan State fans spent a lot of money to go out there. As Jimmy said, I hope they had a good time because they didn't have a very good time last night at the end of the game. But it was a fantastic trip, little sleep deprivation. But we'll be back at it tomorrow afternoon. Lions today before he heads to Ford Field, and Tom will be back at it on The Drive with Jack and Tom. Jimmy Keaton, congratulations. And happy birthday.
Thank you, Jack.
And we will be back next Sunday, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to listen to us tomorrow on the Spotlight Radio Network. Have a great week.
We're clearing out the remaining 28 teams at Team 1 in Charlotte, and we're slashing prices up to 25% to do it. You heard right. Save up to 25% off a new car at Team 1. You've never seen savings like this before. You may never see them again. Up to 25% off a new car.
Here at MSUFCU, we are big Lions fans.
Go Lions! You work hard for your money and you deserve to keep it. Why pay $199 to jumpstart your insurance for 7 days when you can start a 6-month policy for less? 30 days with Stop One Insurance costs less than 7 days with them. Everyone approved, no matter your driving history. Guaranteed. Call today, save today.